Now let's talk about transport issues, because the Ghana Private Road Transport Union and the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council has advised passengers to refrain from paying any unauthorized transport fees until further communication. This directive comes after the Transport Operators Union and the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana announced the proposed 15% increase in fares for local transportation and a 20% increase for long-distance travel starting Saturday, April 13.
The Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana and the Transport Operators of Ghana recently declared the potential increase in transport fares. They attributed the decision to the surge in fuel prices, the escalating cost of spare parts, and the government's lack of action in reducing petrol prices. In response, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union and the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council issued a press statement urging the public to disregard the announcement. They emphasized that the fare increase proposed by the two groups contradicts the administrative instrument that regulates public transport fare reviews in the country. The statement also revealed that ongoing discussions with stakeholders are taking place to consider various factors and reach a consensus. Once an agreement is reached, the public will be duly informed. Despite this, the leadership of the road transport operators is urging drivers to comply with the directive.
I will be joined on phone by the General Secretary of the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council, Emmanuel Ohene Yeboah, for a conversation on this. Good afternoon. Thank you for your time. And we want to understand what the outcome of the meeting with the Transport Ministry was like. What really is the outcome of that meeting?
Yes, thank you very much. The meeting with the Transport Ministry was called at the instance of the ministry upon hearing that a group of people have decided to increase transport fares arbitrarily without reference to the standing protocols.
Okay. Emmanuel, please, can you speak up so we can hear you clearly? We're having a difficulty hearing you. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
It's better now. Please go on.
Okay. What I'm saying is that the meeting was at the instance of the Transport Ministry, having gotten the news that a group of transport operators have decided to increase fares arbitrarily without reference to the administrative regulations that has been in existence for years. So we went there, and the notion that was created that transport fares were going to go up as a result of fuel increases was shut down because we realized the last time transport fares were increased was when the fuel was at 23 cedi per litre, and now the fuel is now around 14 cedi per litre. But per our standing protocols, before you can increase transport fares again, it has to the fuel has to go up about 10 percentage points for the previous increase. So if it is 23 and now it is 14, what is the justification for calling for a transport fare increase based on fuel? So that aspect was shut down. And again, we spoke about increases in spare parts. So the spare parts bit will have to be considered. Okay. So what we agreed was that, yes, we will engage a consultant to look at the numbers in terms of increases on the spare parts, so that we will give a consideration if there's a need for us to increase on it. And mind you, whatever percentage that is built up on the fuel, the spare part, whatever it is, it's only a third that you can use to use transport fares. So if we are going to go into a meeting again, maybe next week, we are going to consider if really the spare parts have gone up and by what percentage. That is why we will consider whether we have to increase fares or not. Okay.
So for now, nobody is supposed to pay any new fare when they board or taxis. But with this, have you communicated that to your members? Because last week the fuel prices went up twice, and I'm sure they're feeling the brunt of it and are thinking
what went up twice? What went up?
Fuel prices.
But did you listen to what I told you?
No, just go on for me. I mean, if there's any clarification you want to make, please.
Fuel prices, you see, let me repeat this thing and please listen to me.
Please go on.
Anytime we have to increase transport fares, it has to be increased. The fuel price might have gone up 10% above the levels where it was where the previous increase was done. So, for clarity, the fuel price was at 23.45 per liter at the time of the last increase, and it has dropped to about 14 now. If you remember, sometime last year, when the price was coming down, we called on drivers to reduce transport fare by at least 10%, so that it will also help the passengers also to have some kind of respite. But they didn't agree. They claim that the transport spare parts have gone up, so they will use the shortfall, the windfall, to take care of the spare parts. So now the fuel price as it stands now, if we have to increase fares, it means the fuel have to go beyond 23 cedi per liter. If everything stands the same.
Okay, but I want to know if that has been made known to your members. Not so, because some of my colleagues, and even as we spoke to some members of the public, are saying that they've been paying you first.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody who is charging you first is being criminal, is not being a lawful operator. So it should be, the public should resist paying any new fares. The public should resist paying any new fares because it's not legal.
I'm sure in the coming days,
telling them.
I'm sure in the coming days, paying heed to what you're saying, there's going to be a lot of chaos in.
I think so too, and that is why we are calling these assemblies and the police especially to intervene, because it's the people who are calling for such increases without due recourse to the law are creating public insecurity. And I think it's a recipe for confusion. So the police must step in.
Because that was my worry, that the GPRTU and all other groups should communicate this to their members so they all agree.
We have issued a communique to that effect. I think I'm not sure you are aware.
There's a difference. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying that there's a difference of issuing a communique and making your people understand also that they are not supposed to increase the fares. And that is where the chaos would come in.
It's early days yet. We are still working on it, like we are doing now. The same way of disseminating the information.
Okay.
So we will still continue to talk to them and appeal to them. And we appeal also to you, the media men, also to use your medium to do more education and all that.
We definitely will. Thank you for your time this afternoon. Emmanuel Ohene Yabwa speaking to us about the transport fares. Well, from the transport operators, they're saying that do not pay any new fares. You're still watching Newsbeat here on Metro Television with me.